The full kit for Bel Veth has now been revealed, alongside her Battle Boss skin and the Ocean Song skins for Ashe, Seri, Nidalee, Yone and Seraphine, which will all be arriving on the PBE soon. Today, we're here to show you everything you need to know to beat this Lavender Empress. First of all, get ready to hear the words attack speed a lot. Her entire kit revolves around it, so expect her build to focus mostly on this stat. Her passive already screams broken, but don't worry, it might not be as OP as it first sounds. After using an ability, her next 2 attacks will gain increased attack speed. Apart from that, taking down a large monster or enemy champion will grant you, wait for it, permanent bonus attack speed. And to top it all off, she has no cap on her attack speed. To compensate for this, she deals less damage and doesn't gain attack speed when leveling up. That being said, this is a very fine line to walk on for the balance team, as they need to get this just right. This can be the difference between being either a busted 1v9 machine that goes muda 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 on you, or being a glorified cannon minion. Now, her Q is quite straightforward. It's just a dash. It deals damage and it applies on-hit effects, but here's the catch. She can dash in 4 directions, but each direction has its own cooldown. Next, her W. It's sort of like Red King's W, Blade's Reach. It deals AoE damage and knocks up enemies. If you manage to hit a champion, the cooldown for Q is reduced, but only in the direction of the champion you hit. This means it's good for an engage tool, but you can't really use it to escape from enemies, since it only reduces the cooldown for the direction the enemies are coming from. And logically, that's the only one direction that you don't want to be dashing towards. Unless you're a 5-head Galaxy Brain gamer and somehow manage to outplay them. Her E reminds us a lot of Irelia's W, Defiant Dance. She channels and gets a damage reduction and increased lifesteal. At the same time, she strikes the enemy with the lowest HP in range, dealing more damage the lower they are. Her ultimate is a bit more complicated than the other abilities. The passive makes takedowns on large monsters and champions drop void shards on the ground. We'll get back to that in a second, but apart from that, every second attack versus the same target will deal extra true damage, and it stacks infinitely. I'll say that again in case you didn't hear me. Infinitely. Now back to the shards. Picking them up will cause an explosion that slows and deals true damage to enemy champions. This will also deal damage based on the target's missing HP, so she can use this to clean up low HP enemies in teamfights. Shards will also allow her to turn into her true form. While in this true form, she will gain max HP, movement speed out of combat, attack range and speed, and also the ability to go over walls with her Q. And if the void shard that she picked up was dropped from the Baron or the Herald, it will last longer and also make minions that die near her respawn as voidlings. Fun, right? This champion has the potential to be insanely broken or hot garbage, so it's up to Riot's balance team to thread the needle. Judging from just about every previous champion release though, they're gonna shit the bed. From what we've seen, we can already imagine it won't take much mechanical skill to get fed and stack that attack speed like Raiden from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. But she does look very fun to play, and hopefully, with her in the game now, we get to see an actually interesting lore event this year, instead of last year's Sentinels of Light disaster. Until next time.